Mr. Moon. Or Mrs. I don't know. Getting in the shop. Nice and early again. Little 4 a.m. racket.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. It is nice and fresh early. Having a kid will definitely change your life in good ways, and I'll take it as a good thing that I'm getting up early and getting some shit done. So I am getting prepped now to do a little bit of work that we're going to be doing today. And as you notice, this is a small block Chevrolet, not an LS motor, and it is in front of Charlotte because we're going to do a small block first. Now, I have a bit of explaining to do, but mostly the gist of the thing is that this truck has been sitting for way too long. I'm over it. And I've bench raced 1,000 ideas. I have an ultimate plan of what I want to do with the truck, but right now it's just going to be kind of a fun version 1 on a budget. This is a 307 that I got from James. Now, I got it ripped apart here because I wanted to make sure everything was okay before we started making videos and stuff. And it is. I wouldn't have even gone this far, to be completely honest, but it had it looked like it had been rebuilt and then got milkshaked, like lost a head gasket or something really quick. It had the really crappy head gaskets on it, so I don't know what happened there, but everything looks fine. James has some gaskets, he has some other stuff, and then I picked up a Summit K1104 cam off of Facebook Marketplace. So it should kind of have a nice little sound to it. Other than that, we are going to pretty much leave it stock. Except we're going to turbo it because that's funny and it's not going to work, but it'll be really cool. So thanks to James for being a good friend and a bad influence. Now, what I'm wearing here is a new shirt that Katie and we made it, and we finally kind of started like producing some. And I've talked before, or it's been said, like, why don't you make shirts? And I've always been into it, but I didn't know kind of where I was at, and I didn't know exactly how I wanted to approach it or how I wanted to do it. And both that and this truck and a few other things in my life kind of seemed like these mental blocks. I'm always working through stuff like that. I know we all are. And even though this is like I do a lot of car stuff, I've always been open and honest about kind of life and like how you make it through, and like, you know, I'm really into like psychology and things like that. And so in the last video in the Q&A, I was out at Alpine, Arizona with my family, and I just had this like huge chunk of epiphany and different things, different facets of my life, and I'm feeling new, renewed, and, you know, having our kid, COVID, all these things I think kind of were a big help to these realizations, and I think I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people in the world that seem to be having similar ones. So mine mainly is get your shit running and driving. The shirt says drive yo shit, which is kind of like the movement in my idea, you know, and I've always been really big fan of, you know, beating the crap out of your car, building it for fun. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, you can make your stuff nice and everything, but enjoy it. You know, don't go too far outside of your budget. You know, stay in reality. Don't get caught up in social media norms of like the $70,000 C10 when you don't have $70,000. So that's kind of a big thing. And then on the back, see if I can show you real quick. It's just a state flag, and then the YouTube handle. So I think it came out pretty cool. Huge thanks to Katie. Huge thanks to my friend Ryan. He's printing. Katie helped me with design. And we have these coming back in stock. I didn't even get to make a video about them. Honestly, I posted it up and they went really quick. I made another order, and then I got some green, like OD green with black coming. I don't know how many. I think it's actually kind of a smaller run, but yeah, we'll be having these things coming. And if you're interested in them, the way to go about it is to probably hit me up on Instagram or Facebook through the Dick Ham page. Hit me up. So there's no website, there's none of that stuff yet. There will be eventually, but for now we're just starting to get going. So let's pop you off here. We got a little bit of things to do. We need to get a turbo drain fitting into this oil pan. It's gonna be stupid, but it's gonna be fun. I don't know. Like, how many Turbo 307 small blocks are there? Like, is it now different to small block Chevy your C10? That's kind of funny though.
Bam. It's a steel dash 10. And then we have the oil pan. I'm thinking somewhere up in this area should be okay. Because if you kind of look at the motor mount position and then the manifold we have, I'll put up a picture here James sent me. He got it from a swap meet and it actually looks pretty good, but it should probably put the turbo out here somewhere. I should be able to snake the drain back to it. If you're figuring the mount is about there. So I think it should be fine. And that's kind of, I think, my best case scenario. And this one should just, bloop, I should be able to toss her in there about there. I don't think it should be an issue. Kind of up in here, yeah, there's really not too much going on. You know, just some spinny stuff. I think that's about our spot, so I'm gonna pop a hole in her. And then I like using these 3M little green guys to rip off what's left of the paint and make some nice fresh metal. I'll TIG weld it on, and I'm gonna leave like the patina with the motor. I think it looks pretty good. James and I both thought so. He was like, man, it looks awesome. So I think that would look pretty cool in the truck, since my truck has a pretty heavy amount of patina. So I think that'll look good. Let's get this cleaned up and drill a hole. Yo, Unibit. It's probably like the worst angle I ever put myself at. I think we got one more. Yeah. So that put us right at 5/8, which is where we should be. Can see some daylights. Little acetone action. I already had coffee, so I probably won't drink too much. Dad jokes? I'm getting less funny. Sorry. Does it just happen like that? It just keeps getting worse? There you go. Not my best, not my worst, but I don't think it'll leak. Now the motor's all apart. I'll let you guys see it. I cleaned my one piston because I wanted to put a picture on Facebook, so I cleaned one piston. It's got a little bit of color in the walls. They'll be fine. But the motor was definitely rebuilt, so that's always a good thing. I'll toss up a picture of I checked a rod bearing, and that thing looked awesome. So we're good there. The heads look fine. We're gonna run into valve float like crazy because I'm not changing the springs. It's not gonna be like really, it's just really for fun, for cool. It's not gonna be crazy, but it'll add some torque to it a little bit, maybe little torques. And then yeah, it'll ruin everything. So James has some new lifters coming. We have this Summit cam. I got it off of Marketplace, and it's actually the cam I was going to buy off of Summit, and I got it for a trade. So that's awesome, and it's brand new, of course. It's the Summit 1104. Sounds pretty good. Should work fine. You can tell someone was in this thing. Like they brazed the oil pump, pickup tube. I probably didn't mention either, but we have a 700R4 that has a sticker on it that says D Racing, but I've never heard of them. And I Googled them. I had never heard of them either, but that should hopefully work. And then I have a B&M little like 2400. It's actually a lockup 700 converter. Don't mind that. That's for the Nova. You can see that in another video. But really, I just think it's gonna be fun, and that's kind of what this is all supposed to be about, right? Is fun, and that's what I think I was starting to lose or forget. And it's not about how fast it is or how much money you got or if it's better than the other guys. Just get your shit running, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Just enjoy it, have your fun, live your life. Don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses. That's no fun at all. If you guys are digging these shirts or you want to keep up with me on that kind of stuff, I'm going to put my email in the description below. But also follow me on Instagram or Dickham on Facebook, and we can connect on there too. I'll message you back and we can whatever if you're curious. Let me know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about Charlotte and the update. We got new stuff coming for the Nova and the square body, and then I'm gonna try to keep weekly videos now that I'm like my baby's sleeping and stuff. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.